If Allah had to tell you for you is paradise, what would you do? Imagine if you knew you're going to paradise. What would you do? I've thought about this because the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, were told by name, listen, you're from paradise. Think about it if I was told that. I'm thinking for a moment. Imagine someone, somehow, I wonder how, but if somehow you were told, listen, you're from Jannah. You're definitely going straight there. There are people known as Al-Ashara Al-Mubashirina Bil-Jannah. 10 of the companions of the Prophet, peace be upon him, who were told by name one after the other, you going to paradise, you going to paradise, you going to paradise. But there were many more than 10. There were those 313. That's a number that's very distinct in Islamic history, because that's the number of people who participated in the first major battle known as the Battle of Badr. How many were they? 313. Do you know what? One day there was a companion addressing another with a little bit of disrespect, and the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, says, leave him alone. He participated in the Battle of Badr. And what do you know about the people who participated in the Battle of Badr? Allah looked at their hearts and said, If'alu ma shi'tum fa inni qad ghafartu lakum. Do what you want, because I have forgiven you completely. You must be thinking, isn't that a crazy thing to say to someone? Do what you want, because I've forgiven you. For you and I, it's crazy because our minds go to haram things that we can quickly get done. I'm going to paradise anyway. Now let me go and do this and do that and do that and do that. That's what happens to the human mind of today in many cases. But at the time of the companions, when they were told you are forgiven, you're going to paradise, they started doing more deeds because they wanted to be thankful to Allah and they wanted to get a higher status in Jannah. So because of that, they kept on doing more deeds. One day, Aisha radiallahu anha saw the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, standing in prayer. And that used to happen often. But one day, when she noticed how his legs were swollen because of how long he was standing in prayer, she says, "O messenger, you are the messenger. You are granted paradise. You are the highest. You are sinless," and so on. And you are standing until your feet are swollen. She says that he responded to her and says, "Oh Aisha, afala akuna abdan shakura? Should I not be a slave who's thankful to Allah? I can stand all night here. Should I not be a slave who's thankful to Allah for the status that He has bestowed upon me?" That's what happened at that time when they were told you are from Jannah. So ultimately, I want paradise. This is the month of paradise. Oh Allah, grant me Jannah. Oh Allah, grant me Jannah. Oh Allah, grant me Jannah. You know, there is a hadith of the Prophet, peace be upon him. As tough as your life is, as tough as your life is, there's a narration of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He says, when a person keeps asking Allah for paradise, paradise itself asks Allah to make that person come into it. Subhanallah. Imagine, oh Allah, grant me paradise. Oh Allah, grant me paradise. There comes a time when paradise says, oh Allah, grant this person entry into paradise. So keep asking Allah for paradise. Together with that, change a few things in your lives. I need to change a few in mine too. We all do, on different levels. Change a few things. Start off with the small things, but start somewhere. Why do I say this? Make an intention. This is the month of Ramadan, month of purity, month of purification. If I'm doing 1,000 things that are wrong, and I say, oh Allah, I want to become a person who does nothing wrong, and I want to fulfill all my obligations. I'm going to start here, and I'm going to grow bit by bit. Help me, strengthen me. Give me the strength to do as much as I can. Allah will give you. Like I said, sometimes you might have to leap, because your life might, come to sudden news that will change it. But if you are to do bit by bit and you die in the process, Allah will reward you as though you had already completed that process and purified yourself. Subhanallah. Why? Because all actions are judged by their underlying intentions. That's the reason. I give you one simpler example that you will understand. Imagine you want to memorize the Quran and say you are about 50 years old. 60 years old. And you know, at this stage, my memory is not that grand. I can't even remember a lot of things. And I want to memorize the Quran. I want to be resurrected among those who are Ahlul Quran. So I made a promise to Allah and I said, oh Allah, I'm going to learn a verse a week. What did I just say? A verse a week. Is that a lot? The kids will tell you that's nothing. Little children will say it's nothing. In the eyes of Allah, it's something. I'm going to learn one verse a week. And the number of verses that I will cover in the year, approximately 50. Maybe 2 weeks because of Eid, because of this, because of that. Let's say 52. It's going to take me a long time. But if you do it consistently every single week and you're growing, if Allah gave you life sufficient to see the end, you would have completed it. But if Allah took you away prior to that end, Allah will write you and your name as a person who has memorized the Quran based on your intention. Allahu Akbar. Based on your intention. So are we all going to, inshallah, start memorizing a word a week? Okay, that's a bit on the low end. But inshallah, come on, we make a good intention. I have things I need to improve, inshallah.